So we'll be learning about this topic called relative correlative pronouns clauses. Okay. So these are basically your pronouns which are used to join two sentences which has the common word. In almost all cases, you have a common pronoun. Imagine you have two sentences. The first one is, you want to say the man is, reading a book. Okay. And you want to say the man is my brother. In both the sentences, the common, pronoun would be the man here. Okay. So you end up saying the man who is, reading the book is my brother. So even though you're writing who here, which is basically, typically you would think it's an interrogative in Hindi, right? When you're asking a question, you start with who. This who is, it's basically used as a, it's used as a relative pronoun. So that's basically the definition, and in simple terms, that's a relative pronoun in Hindi. In English, you can refer to, they can be used as who, which, what, that. Okay. In Hindi, Jo. All of them will be referred as Jo. So we'll start simple. We'll start making sentences with just Jo. Just like all other pronouns in Hindi, they can be used with postpositions. We'll learn about how Jo can be used with various postpositions. So first we'll start simple and we'll build on that. The man is reading a book. So I expect all of you to at least start writing the sentence in Hindi. First, write them separately. The man is my, let's say, brother. When we write it this way, both of them are the main clause. But when we combine the sentences, one becomes the main clause, one sentence, and the other one becomes the subordinate clause, right? Because it depends on the main clause. If you were to just say the subordinate clause on its own, it won't really make sense. What is the sentence in Hindi? The man is reading a book. Okay, very good. So I'm going to just write like this. Aadmi ek kitab पढ़ रहा है. Okay, very good. How will you say the second one? That's very good. आदमी मेरा भाई है. You will end up using the relative, correlative pronouns, and then you end up saying जो and वो. Okay, and you have a जो, and then we'll just write it as वो. And we'll join these two sentences together. जो आदमी एक किताब पढ़ रहा है वो मेरा भाई है. I'll tell you, the man, okay, I'll talk about that. So the man who is reading the book is my brother. Okay, so in Hindi, the position of its, it's flexible. Basically, it will allow you to move it around. Okay, आदमी, वो आदमी मेरा भाई है. वो, that man, वो आदमी. Basically, what you did was you started with वो, and then you put the pronoun here. Basically, वो आदमी और pronoun here. वो आदमी मेरा भाई है जो एक किताब पढ़ रहा है. You change the order, okay? Because Hindi is a little bit flexible here. It is allowing you to play around with it and say it, okay? But you still have to have both the main clause as well as the relative clause, okay? If you were to just use this, sentence independently, it will be very hard. It will not really make any sense, okay? So for example, if you were to say जो आदमी किताब पढ़ रहा है, okay, it doesn't really give which. On its own, there is no dependency. You will not be able to make any sense of it unless you know that what is the context, that the speaker wants to say something about that person, like वो मेरा भाई है, okay, और वो traveler है, okay, और वो एक professor है, okay, और या वो एक poet है. If you don't know anything about that, about the main clause, just the relative clause on its own is not going to give you any information. आदमी जो मेरा भाई है एक किताब पढ़ रहा है. ओके, आदमी जो एक किताब पढ़ रहा है वो मेरा भाई है. सो टिपिकली जो एक ओके जो आदमी एक किताब पढ़ रहा है, टिपिकली दिस इज इम्प्लाइड, इफ यू रिमूव इट it will still make sense. जो आदमी एक किताब पढ़ रहा है मेरा भाई है. Typically when you're speaking it fast, you will remove वो और वह or or the correlative one, and that will still make sense. That will still mean the same thing. You start changing this clause only, okay, and you just want to keep practicing the जो part. Okay? आदमी जो वहां खड़ा है मेरा भाई है. Okay, the man who is standing there is my brother. Okay, so I'm keeping this sentence same, but you can change it too. Okay, आदमी जो वहां खड़ा है एक बड़ा प्रोफेसर है. Okay, आदमी जो बोल रहा है एक पॉलिटिशियन है. Okay, आदमी जो सॉकर खेल रहा है एक फेमस सॉकर प्लेयर है. Now you can change it as well. Okay, आदमी जो गाना गा रहा है वो उसकी आवाज बहुत अच्छी है. आदमी जो एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट प्ले कर रहा है वो बहुत सारे इंस्ट्रूमेंट प्ले कर सकता है. ओके, आदमी जो दौड़ रहा है वो हर साल बहुत सारी मैराथन दौड़ता है. यस, आई वुड पुट जो आदमी हियर. जो आदमी वहां खड़ा है. यस, यू कैन से दैट सेंटेंसेस, राइट. सो यू कैन से जो आदमी वहां खड़ा है, जो आदमी बोल रहा है. यस, जो आदमी खेल रहा है, जो आदमी गाना गा रहा है. Yeah, if I was saying it but didn't write it, you just keep it in sync.
Okay,
But
thank you.
the grammatically speaking, as I said, this is the second part, which we learned on the fly as Jackie ji and Sheila ji asked the question. But technically that is also correct. But yeah, think of it as like जो आदमी वहाँ खड़ा है. Let's see how you guys make sentences just like these. जो औरत वहां खड़ी है मेरी बड़ी बहन है. Awesome. जो कुत्ता वहां बैठा है वो मेरी बेटी का कुत्ता है. Beautiful. जो आदमी खेल रहा है मशहूर क्रिकेटर है. सन. ओके, जो आदमी सो रहा है मेरा भाई है. That's what you said, right? So you can put and as in like two activity. जो आदमी सो रहा है और सोच, for example you can say जो आदमी बोल रहा है और सोच रहा है. If you mean and as in like or, this you have to have two activities. You have to have two actions, then you can put it. जो let's say आदमी जो घर आया और बैठा और जिसने खाना खाया वो मेरा भाई है. So if you want to use and in that way where you want to keep on adding activities, you can do that. Beautiful. जो लड़की नदी में तैर रही है वो मेरी बहन है. ओके, जो लड़की स्टेज पे डांस कर रही है वो मेरी दोस्त है. ओके, वेरी गुड. जो फ्लाइट देर से पहुंची मेरी है. ओके, you can, if you want, if you are very adventurous, you can make two separate sentences first. Okay, फ्लाइट देर से पहुंची. ओके, और you can say मेरी फ्लाइट देर से पहुंची. You can make two separate sentences and then you can say जो फ्लाइट देर से पहुंची वो you can say मेरी है वो हर बार लेट होती है. ओके, वो हर बार और एवरी टाइम हर बार डिले होती है. ओके, in a nutshell, these are, if you know to make these two sentences separately, you are just adding them using जो. ओके, जो खाना आपने खाया वो इटालियन है. ओके, it's simple as like you making two sentences. You ate food, or you ate and then simple is the food is, you ate food, the food is Italian. Okay, you ate food is आपने खाना खाया. Okay, the food is Italian. खाना Italian है. Two separate sentences. Okay, all you're doing is combining it together, which is जो खाना आपने खाया, जो खाना आपने खाया Italian है. Okay, something similar. The laptop you're using, it's basically it's an Apple laptop or something like that. Yeah, जो laptop आप use कर रहे हो वो Apple का है, और something along those lines. जो मदद मुझे चाहिए थी वो नहीं आई. I do want you to do a lot of exercises that are available in any of the textbook. You can take Snell or Usha Jain. Basically, the common thing it's implied here. मैंने for example मैंने जो कहा वो मेरे दिल से आ रहा है. Okay, whatever I said is coming from my heart. That's what literal translation is. Whatever I said, it's coming from my heart. You can say जो मैंने कहा वो मेरे दिल से आ रहा है. You can say that too. So I'll make a table for you. Maybe this will be useful. Okay, so we did right now is jo. Okay, so we'll still do this jo, and just like in Hindi, a lot of the pronouns, almost all of them, you can use the postposition to that, which is like ka, ke, and ki. Okay, so if you have something where you are adding jo with ka, ke, and ki, it also gets modified. Okay, and it will become kiska. It really means whose, but when you say kiska, that's like an interrogative. But when you say jiska, it is your relative pronoun. Jiska, jiske, and jiski. So you can essentially, just like where we use jo, right? You can say जो आदमी जिसके पास लैपटॉप है मेरा भाई है, जिसके पास लैपटॉप है. ओके, और जिसका घर बड़ा है, और आदमी जिसका दिल बड़ा है. ओके, और आदमी जिसका कुत्ता मिसिंग है. ओके, और जिसकी बिल्ली क्यूट है. Okay, I'm just making it up, but you get the point. Like your main clause remains the same. You are just playing with the subordinate clause. We'll do more. Okay, this one will spend more time in the next class. I just want to make a table. So jo you already have. You added ka, ke, and ki here. It becomes jiska, jiski, and jiske. Now, this jo that we use is singular. What if your jo is plural? Okay, let's say my brother. Okay, you want to say our house. How will you say our house in Hindi? हमारे घर, right? And then just like हमारे घर, you want to say whose houses. Just like किसका, what is the plural of किसका? जिनका, जिनके, and जिनकी. You got it already, sir. Just writing it down. The interrogative corresponding to that would be किनका. Okay, किनका. Okay, if it is hard for you guys, don't worry. We'll go over it. Right now I'm just making a table. Okay, if it is hard, just stick with this one. Plural will come gradually, but as I said, in English there are multiple pronouns corresponding, like whose. In Hindi it's always jo when you're using it without any interrogatives, without any postpositions. But the moment you add postpositions, you get the variety there. So it's interesting. These are fixed in Hindi and these are fixed in English. In English you will always say whose, but in Hindi it becomes jiska, jiske, jiski, and same. Right? So any questions, anyone? Like, so right now what we did was, first we learned about jo. Okay, and we learned about how to use jo just on its own as a relative pronoun. But sometimes you want to use the relative pronoun with the postposition, ka, ke, and ki. Okay, because relative pronouns can also have possessions. They also possess things. Just like, as I said, when I say my brother, you will say mera bhai. Okay, you want to say his brother, you will say uska bhai. Okay, if you want to use it as a interrogative, whose brother, that's basically kiska bhai. But let's say you want to use as a relative pronoun, and I make a sentence for you so you know why it will be used. Let's say you want to say sentence like the lady whose brother is I'll make it up, whose brother is it's tall is my colleague. The lady whose brother is tall is my co-worker. Right? We didn't say who here. Okay, we used whose, and that's used as a relative pronoun which has sort of a position. The position as in like the brother belongs to the lady, right? So you will say lady, you will say here जिसका भाई tall है. Okay, don't worry about the main clause, worry about the subordinate clause. जिसका भाई tall है. Okay, और जिसका लैपटॉप बहुत बड़ा है, और जिसका घर बहुत बड़ा है. If it is not one भाई, multiple भाई. औरत जिसके भाई बड़े हैं. Let's say we're talking about women here. Let's say औरतें, yes, that's right, जिनकी, right, that's right. So the reason I told you, because I knew that you were thinking that when you are talking about the lady, if it is one singular, corresponding relative pronoun would be basically jiska, jiski and jiske. But if it is plural, they will correspondingly also become like jinka, jinki and jinke. That's why I just think about, if Joe is clear right now, my ask to all you is just practice for Joe. And even Joe, I would say keep the main clause fixed. Just focus on जो आदमी सो रहा है. Okay, जो आदमी सो रहा है, जो फ्लाइट, और जो शिप दिख रहा है, जो शिप दिख रहा है, like the ship that is we can see, वो बॉल्टिमोर जा रहा है. Okay, और जो कार स्पीड कर रही है. So just keep making sentences starting with Joe. So at least you have you get used to that part.